Hello, Luke. It's Pyro. I don't mind Pyro though at all, and I used to rely on the misunderstanding in terms of writing essays under Pyro. Though I've had some people really disappointed to find out it was Pyro. It's like, you didn't mean Pyro. You mean you're not like some fiery demon? No. But anyway, um, okay, a couple things. I didn't prepare exactly, but there's a couple things to discuss. First of all, I'm fine with accepting your philosophical point that you would have the right to this land. I would not, pick any nits about that, but I do want to mention something here. Now, my interpretation of this volunteerism slash market anarchy approach is that we could convert, as I said, we could convert to a market anarchy, keep the property held in common by this corporation that basically keeps its laws like our current representative democracy. And we don't have to give a 50th of our country to anybody. I think the only thing we'd have to do to be um, to be sufficiently market anarchist is let you emigrate freely. Okay. If you have the choice to leave our common property in the U.S. and go to some other country, then we've done our bit. Now, if there is no other country that satisfies that, so what? I mean, that's kind of your problem, right? Under market anarchy. But I don't know, as a progressive libertarian, I believe in, freedom is in action. It's not your potential to go get your own property and oppress others that makes you free. It's like, do you live free or not? So, I'm not into solutions like, well, if you could leave the U.S., any market anarchist gets an exit visa and a passport. Um, so, I would want there to be a place for you to go. And so that's why part of the deal, and I'm sincere in that part, would be to give some sort of granted land. Now, I don't know if you noticed, but I've been using this example for a while in my replies to you that I view the U.S. this way already. I don't believe I am governed. I believe that it's an infrastructural organization that holds our common property so that we can have an infrastructure, because a body of any sort needs some sort of infrastructure that has a kind of a flat rate. There can be varying taxes and stuff, but basically, you got to have free access to the roads. You might need a driver's license, but once you have a driver's license, you should be able to drive anywhere. I don't want the United States full of toll roads, which lots of, supposedly free countries have. I believe you should be able to get to New York, to California. There could be toll roads in addition, but you should be able to get from New York to LA without paying anything but your basic, citizen fees, to use this corporate terminology, your so-called taxes. All right. Um, One reason I'm doing this is because to me there's a law of analogies in place here. If two systems have totally different terms, but one system maps one to one to this other system, every term here goes, and the terms interact all the same way, then those are actually the same system. So, I mean, if we have a democratic republic, but we call it a private organization that is a cooperative, that's the same as what we have now. If there aren't any changes, then except for words, the names of things, then there's no real changes at all. And again, I'll repeat, I think the one change to satisfy you is that we would have to have a market of governments, right? So we'd have to allow you the chance to go choose another government. Now, I don't want you to get me wrong. I mean, my offer is sincere. It follows from not having to change anything about the system that I'm in, except for, the way we are now with elections and trying to change the policies. There are many things I'd change about this government system, but I want to change it to a market anarchy. So it's like, I'll call it whatever you want. We can come up with a new term for every term in our government, and I'm fine with that. I mean, I don't like the term government. I don't think that we're governed anymore. I think it's a misnomer. So yeah, I'm really glad that you accepted this deal. Because I thought you should, because you said many times that, we can have whatever kind of government we want, you just want your freedom, and I'm willing to give you your freedom and watch from this side of the property line how that goes. I'd be very interested. You know, I have no doubt that some people would make some experiments in such a place that might do pretty well. I don't think they would do it by adopting a market anarchy approach within their property, but you know, maybe using that as the approach in between. You know, now anyway, my concern was just that I don't want people that want to privatize the property of the United States to just pretend that what they want is freedom. If some wealthy guy is talking a market anarchy, but he really just wants to buy the property rights to some vital resource, I'm not into that. Okay, now you have asked, what did I mean about there's always some coercion? Well, freedom is not absolute. No term is absolute. So all freedom is going to be, you know, fettered by something, even if it's just by your past or, you know, something incidental like this or psychological. But in fact, no, it's going to be also fettered by other people's property.